It was then that Seraphine, seeing that the people would never be safe as long as the castle stood, decided to unleash her ultimate power. She closed her eyes, stretched her wings toward the sky, and began to summon a rain of celestial fire. Hello, my name is Irene, and today I'm here to explain to you how at the top of a hill, surrounded by dense forests, stand the ruins of an ancient medieval castle. Of that majestic stronghold, only a solitary tower remains, worn down by time and shrouded in a silence that seems to hold secrets of a turbulent past. Its story has been passed down from generation to generation as a warning, but also as a symbol of hope. Centuries ago, this castle was home to a cruel and ruthless king. His heart was as hardened as the stones of his walls, and his ambition was insatiable. He ruled with an iron fist, subjecting his people to endless days of forced labor. The peasants, exhausted and hopeless, lived in misery while the king hoarded wealth behind the thick walls of his fortress. But the people's suffering did not go unnoticed. Each night, the peasants gathered in secret under the stars and raised their prayers to the heavens, asking for a savior to free them from the tyrant's yoke. One night their prayers were heard. From the heights of the celestial realm, Seraphine, the fire fairy, descended to the world. According to legend, she appeared in a flash of light, her fiery wings illuminating the darkness. Her hair, golden, like the sun, moved as if it were wrapped in flames, and her eyes, a deep amber, reflected the determination of someone ready to face any adversity. When the peasants saw her, they felt their hearts fill with hope for the first time in years. However, the king soon learned of her arrival. Defiant and arrogant, he refused to relinquish his power and ordered his soldiers to attack the intruder. Legend has it that Seraphine faced the soldiers with supernatural grace and strength. Every arrow shot at her disintegrated before touching her, consumed by a shield of fire that protected her. With a simple wave of her hand, she created bursts of flames that disarmed her enemies without causing mortal harm, thus showing her compassion even in the midst of combat. But the king, blinded by his ego and fearful of losing his power, did not stop. He ordered all the castle's forces to be used to defeat Seraphine. The battle intensified, and the sky turned a fiery red as the fairy's flames lit up the night. The castle walls, which had withstood centuries of storms and wars, began to show cracks under the intensity of the battle. It was then that Seraphine, seeing that the people would never be safe as long as the castle stood, decided to unleash her ultimate power. She closed her eyes, stretched her wings toward the sky, and began to summon a rain of celestial fire. The flames descended like shooting stars, destroying the castle's towers and walls. The ground shook, and a deafening roar marked the end of the tyrant's reign. The peasants, watching from a distance, saw the castle turn to ruins, but also how their invisible chains were broken forever. The king was consumed by his own ambition, while Seraphine stood amidst the flames, unscathed and majestic. When it was all over, the fairy looked at the peasants and with a gentle smile raised her hand, letting fall a final spark of fire that turned into a red flower as it touched the ground. It was a symbol of rebirth, hope, and the promise that darkness would never again dominate their lives. After that feat, Seraphine disappeared. Some say she returned to the celestial realm, while others believe she became part of the forest surrounding the ruins, always watching over the well-being of those who live in these lands. Today, these ruins are much more than a relic of the past. They are a reminder that even in the darkest times, hope can rise from the stars, and that courage and compassion have the power to change destiny. In this place, where the stones seem to whisper stories of fire and redemption, I have come to pay homage to Seraphine. That is why I have painted her image, imagining her as the legends describe, a fairy with fiery wings, golden hair, and a gaze that reflects the power of celestial fire. This portrait will be my way of keeping her memory alive, so that her light never ceases to shine among the shadows of these ancient ruins. Thank you for watching the video. Here's another one that I think you'll love.